Welcome everybody. We'll be looking forward to all of your questions after the video. Hello everybody, welcome to itscheaperthantherapy.com. This is Maria C., the Sizzix lady from itscheaperthantherapy.com. So we want to welcome you to the Make and Take, Let's Have Some Fun, 25 minutes of fun. What we're going to make today is we're going to use a lot of the products that are in the Maria Surprise Sizzix Craft Box. But we're also going to use the cardstock pack from Sizzix, and it's the really beautiful coordinating colors. This one has 80 sheets in it and has just some really fun colors, but this is what we're going to start with. So we're going to cut our cardstock. We're going to make basically an A2 size card, and so let's get started with that. So these are the colors that we're starting out with, and we're just going to make a really fun shaker card using, again, a lot of those products that are in the Sizzix Surprise Box. And this is the yellow that we started with, and we basically did it into the A2 size card. And so we scored it right down in the middle. So I'm going to fold that in half, and I'm going to fold that down. We are starting with our card base, and so it has a very nice, beautiful texture on the cardstock. I don't know if you can see it, but it's that beautiful texture canvas. And then we're going to actually do our turquoise, but I'm going to show you how to do some fun layers here in just a moment. Okay, we're going to start off with the Rectangles Crosshatch die set from Karen Burniston, and it has all of the measurements on the bottom and has solid and crosshatch rectangles. And so I've got the crosshatch, die set here that's already on the cutting plate getting ready to cut. And I'm going to take this markers tape and I'm going to make sure it just stays on there real nice and doesn't move on me. And you can use the magnetic platform, or you can use this stuff here, which is the markers tape, whichever you prefer. And then sandwich this up with your 2 clear cutting pads. And the noise that you hear, that's the little speed bump, but it's still cutting, so don't worry about that. But if you kind of take your set here and you just kind of turn it just a little bit of an angle when you cut, like this, then it won't make that noise. So I wanted you to hear it. That means that it's still cutting, and it's really cut on there. We got a little adhesive on there. So keep your little tape, because then you'll be able to. But isn't this a beautiful crosshatch design? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere it down onto the top of it, but I'm not going to adhere it down yet. I wanted to actually cover the whole front of the card, so I don't want any of the edges of the cards to show through. So let's do the next one. Okay, so on this one here, it's just the solid rectangle. But if you notice, I'm cutting it out of a larger rectangle. It's just the, my scrap that I'm using. But you can actually make frames with these as well. So if you see that I kind of made it at a little bit of an angle, so it doesn't hit all the roller at the same time, you hear a little bit more of the crackling, but you're not getting that speed bump. So here it is. Take this tape off so you can keep reusing it. So you get a nice rectangle that you can use for something else. And here's the rectangle shape. The next one we're doing is this beautiful other crosshatch design, just a little smaller. But again, if you want to keep, your scraps and kind of use them as rectangles for something else, it's very easy to do so. So we're going to run this through here. And see how I made it at an angle a little bit? Since this die has a little bit of a wider edges on it, you're not going to hear so much of that crackling as you would sometimes on just the thinner ones. So you can use your magnetic platform, but if you don't have the magnetic platform, you can use this markers tape. And so, or washi tape, whatever you like, Post-it notes. But that's another little really pretty rectangle design. Another thing you can do is this rectangle was cut out of the crosshatch, but you can actually get pretty thrifty with your paper. So if you took this die and you actually cut this little rectangle out of here, you're not going to see that there's a middle cut out of it on the card. So you can actually use this whole piece with a middle missing on it to make your layers, because the other pieces are going to cover it up. Just like you would with this one. You would just take your little piece out of there and do your layers, and then you end up with extra pieces for your cards. So you can use this for another project if you'd like. So we're going to just put this off to the side, but you can do that with a lot of the different dies, with all of the different colors. So if you wanted to take, more out of this rectangle, you could use this one, cut the middle of it out of it, because then This one is just going to layer on top of it, and you're not going to see that. So, you know, that's a way of kind of doing a little things a little bit more thrifty. This one here is one of the balloons out of one of the die sets that's in the Maria Surprise Sizzix craft box. And this is like a shaker one too, but you don't have to always use it as a shaker, but it is going to fit the shaker domes that are in that set as well. And so one of the things I also did is I also flipped my cutting pads around a little bit. So once you start to see a little bit of a bend in your cutting plates, flip them over, top and bottom. So then you end up with this really neat shape here. Really pretty balloon. Okay, so here's a lot of the pieces that we've cut or the die sets that we've used. And so we also have the shaker domes here. We have the die that was used for the balloon. Got the little balloon. We got some of the dies here for the bottom of the balloon. The Karen Burniston Happy Birthday. We've cut that out of turquoise. And then we have also all of our layers. This is another Stampin' die set that comes with the kit. And so then we also have all of these sequins and beads and the glitter and the adhesive. So now we're going to put this together. So we got a little bit that kind of came out kind of quick, but that's okay because you can kind of spread it around with your finger. Then we're going to take our Sizzix tweezers. And like I said, I wanted this one to fit right on top of the card. So I'm going to layer that right on here. Now, if a little bit sticks out, you can always kind of trim that up just a little bit. All right, so then we're going to put the next layer on. I really like this turquoise color. This is express glue. This stuff comes out. It dries quick, it dries clear. Always be sure you put your lids on when you get done with them so they don't dry up. If you do, just need a little needle to get them out. Okay, so now we have just our basic layers, but with the crosshatch on there, it looks really good. This is the balloon that we're going to use, and this is one of the shaker domes that is in the set. And as you can see, it has the adhesive all the way around it, and you just put your shaker stuff in there and then adhere it down. And so we're going to adhere this balloon part down just so that it can kind of dry just a little bit before we put everything all together. Let me get the express glue again. I'm just going to kind of push that over a little bit. Make sure you get it all the way around so then it has a barrier so your little shaker pieces in that don't come out. And I'm going to just kind of do it at a little bit of an angle and just lightly press down for right now until it sets where it wants to set. And it does dry clear, so if you have a little bit that kind of sneaks out of there, that's okay. It does dry clear. That's what I really like about this adhesive. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere down the little string for the balloon. And this is where this tip comes in, that comes with the fine tip bottle. You can buy an additional tip that's an 18 gauge, and it can actually put a little bit more adhesive out there. When you have these really teeny tiny things and you don't have adhesive sheets to adhere onto the back of them, this is a great adhesive tool. And so I'm going to just put it on here, adhere it down. And then I pulled a little orange out of there. I just wanted another color. I just really like a lot of colors. And so I'm going to put a little bit of this adhesive on here. Just in these little teeny tiny spots. It's a great adhesive. applicator. And like I said, it has the little needle tip on there. So when you do have both tips, don't get the needle tips mixed up, because the one for the 18 gauge will not fit into the smaller one. So you will struggle. You won't win, but you could struggle. And so I'm going to put this little guy right on here now. Look at that. Very nice adhesive. I really love that adhesive a lot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the little goodies inside of the shaker. Okay, I've already trimmed off the bottom edge of that little string. And so this is kind of the fun way of doing this, is there's all these little goodies, but what you want to make sure is that they stay inside the shaker part of it. So you can fill it up. You could actually even do like a little stamp saying inside the balloon before you do that. Let's get some of these little guys. Got some little fun hearts. We got some beads. We're going to do the beads here last, because I have a feeling they're going to be the fun one. Yeah. So these little guys, they'll kind of go all over the place. But you could even have a jar of just a whole bunch of mixed ones too, if you wanted to. Let's do some of these little guys. It's fun to shake them. But I think the little beads and stuff, we're going to make a little barrier. Maybe they'll stay in just a little bit better. Just going to do a little pinch of these. Just going to see if I'm getting a little tiny little spoon applicator. These are going to make a lot of fun noise. Don't need a lot of them. We're going to corral some of these little guys back up. Almost as bad as glitter. Glitter gets everywhere whether you want it to or not. Okay, so as long as you have them on the inside of this, then with these shaker domes, you get 6 of them in a package. This is the package. It's an egg shape, and you can use it as an egg shape if you want, but it actually fits with this balloon shape. So this is the die set, but like I said, the dies are pretty big, as you can see, and you can use that little shaker dome for the front of it. So all you have to do is I'm going to get the little piece here, and you're just going to peel that off. And then we're going to adhere it down. But let me make sure that all those little guys are in there. Before we stick it down, because once we stick it down, it's down. You're going to press real good around the edges of that. Get that little guy out of there. You're going to press the edges real good. And look at how cute that is. Who wouldn't love to get that? Now, one of the things that we're going to do just real quick to finish up the card is we're going to adhere this on. Now, like I said, you can do stamped images. You can do, you know, stamped sayings. There's all different kinds of new ones. Today, I feel like doing die cutting. And so, again, I'm going to take the fine tip bottle with the original blue tip, and I'm going to just kind of get in there and just put, you know, application. Sometimes you can do dots, but you don't want to wait too long. You want to kind of get in there and get it done, so then the adhesive that you started with doesn't dry. But like I said, we've got this Maria's Surprise Sizzix Craft Box. And this is actually the first time that I've used the shaker domes. And I've seen them used, and I think they're just adorable. And there's different size domes that you can get, and some of the dies that Sizzix makes actually coordinate with the dome sizes. So that's pretty cool. But you could also create your own if you wanted to as well. Make sure we get these little ends. Okay, so now we're going to adhere this onto the inside of the card. And this adhesive also dries clear. And we're just going to kind of do it at an angle and just kind of press down. And if you wanted to separate these words, it would be just a quick little snip there to separate the words. And now I'm going to press down a little bit more now that I have it where I want, so then things don't slip around. Now, a couple of the other things that's in the Maria Surprise Sizzix craft box is the glitter. So we're going to just add just a little bit of glitter to an area here. And so I think we're going to just pick this color. And you can do this with adhesive sheets. Put your adhesive down. You can make your own glitter paper. You can make it real chunky if you wanted to. And all I want is just a little bit. All I want is just a little bit right here. Just in that middle. And so you just put your adhesive, give it a little bit of a sprinkle, knock off your excess, and wait for that to dry. And then you can brush off the other parts of it, but you want to wait for that, that glue to dry. So you can take your little excess paper to catch it in, or a coffee filter. And for those of you who know me, I don't really drink coffee. And so you can just put it back in your little jar. If you want a really fine tip glitter, you can use our VZ Crafts glitter. It's a super ultra fine. This has got just like a little bit more of a chunk to it. And it's really, really pretty. So everything that's in this box is what you're going to get for the Maria Surprise Sizzix craft box. And so this, everything that we made in here, the cardstock and the adhesives and the tweezers and stuff like that is separate. There's also the 1030 die set from Karen Burniston and the rectangles crosshatch. And you can just see just how pretty that this is. And who just doesn't love to just get shakers? So don't think that the egg shape is just for eggs. You can actually use it for a lot of other things, just like this. And so we're going to just brush off that glitter here as soon as that middle part dries. If you use adhesive, dry adhesive, like a double-sided adhesive, then you don't have to wait for it to dry. It'll just be stuck on there. So enjoy Maria's Sizzix craft box. This is Maria C., the Sizzix lady from itscheaperthantherapy.com. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at the Mega Make It Take Extravaganza. We're so excited about this event. I'm going to show you some of the pictures, you know, the things that you get, but you get all of these too, and some of the other things that are also that we use. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And don't forget, these are some of the things that we just got done showing you about the Maria Surprise Sizzix craft box. Everything you get is in this box. It's normally about $70 with the product for only $34.99. Check this out. You get so many things in there. It is unbelievable what you all get. So check it out. We've also got some new big reveal that's coming up on the new Karen Burniston line. And we're so excited to present that part of it for you too. So enjoy and have fun. Big reveal. This is the new Karen Burniston line. There are a ton of dies that are coming out. This one is the Bitty Ball Pop-Up. He is so cute. It's a miniature version of the surprise pop-up ball. And these are the dies that you get down here. And when you put it all together, it flattens for mailing. Check that out. This is how it flattens out. The sample shows the little dies and everything that were decorated with it. So those are the other sets that you can get. And wait till you see all the other things that you can do with it. Okay, here it is. Animal add-ons #1. Check these out. You can make a pig and a fox and a cat. And I'm sure that there's other things that you can make too with your creativity and imagination. All right, so let's go to the next one. We've got animal add-ons #2. So cute. Look at him. He's adorable. Oh, the elephant and the giraffe. He's kind of a short little giraffe, but he's so cute. He's so funny. These are all the dies that you get in the sets, which are in the bottom corner of your picture. And here we go for the next one. We've got the flip frame pop-up. I've got a sample of that. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. And it folds flat, and you can see down here how it folds up into your card, okay? And what I wanted to tell you is that you can pick your own card size. Choose your own card size, and I'm going to give you an example of that with one of our older sets here in just a little bit. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, let's go down to this one here. This is the pattern plate. It is the fronds, but it's not just a pattern plate. Check this out. You can use them for backgrounds, layering, stenciling, and embossing. So don't just think that it's just for die cutting and laying it down. Look at the 3 different ways that you can use this. It is phenomenal, just all the different ways that you can use that. All right, here's the next one. And it is the landscape scene. Oh my God, these are so cute. Oh, look at that. I like it in the black of the silhouettes. And then if you notice, there's the crosshatch die that was used, the crosshatch rectangle. That gives it another little flair there for some fun layering and texture. Here's your dies that you get in the set. Oh my God, it's so cute, the landscape scene. Here's the next one. It's the pop and swap. Oh, he's so adorable. It's almost like a little, he just little pops out at the bottom there. Look at that. The upper panel disappears and the lower panel appears. You can see how it's kind of shows the little arrows there, and another one there. It makes great window cards. Oh, the pop and swap. That's super fun. Okay, and the next one for the pop-ups is going to be the purse pop-up. You can make it into a luggage. Just think of the things that you can make with it. It makes a great suitcase. Oh, it's adorable. And I've actually got a sample of that one too. I'm going to show you here in just a moment. These are some phenomenal ones, everybody. Check it out. Okay, so we're moving on over, and we have the safari animals. Oh, they're adorable. This little smaller version and everything. So we've got the elephant, giraffe, and the hippo. He's so cute with the little tutu around him. And then we have the gnome and Santa. So you can make it into a gnome, you can make it into a Santa, but those are just adorable. I love the little mushrooms. Those are so cute. And with all of the gnomes, you also should get the fairies backyard charms. These guys are great. And with the charm sets, you don't have to use them as a charm. You can cut the little top of it off that puts the little jump ring in there, and you can use it just as a regular embellishment die on your cards or your paper crafts. And we've got the dolled up charms that's going to go in with the purse pop-up, and that's really cute. That's going to be really popular too. But all of Karen's dies are all really popular. So here we go with the fast food charms. How cute are those? They make me really hungry. And we've got Go Wild. We've got some samples we're going to be putting on the site here for you too right after the video. And then we also have, these are great, wedding day and then happy anniversary. So, and then also with sadness, we have with sympathy. So this is the new reveal from Karen Burniston. And then here, let me show you some of these cards here real quick. Oh, look at how cute. This is Make a Wish. And let's open it up. And it's got a shaker in there. And that's the little pop-up frame. The flip frame pop-up. Got the happy birthday, which is item 1030. Okay, so now we've got this one right here. Another flip frame. Go wild and celebrate. Okay, now one more that we've got a sample of that we can show you. And it is this one right here. We also got a couple more samples in from the Karen Burniston line. These are just absolutely amazing. These are from France Abbott. And it's this thing, the whole thing folds flat. This whole card folds flat. And these little guys just pop up. Pop and swap. So I'm gonna open it up and you're gonna see the little hip over there in the corner. And where does it go? It disappears. Kind of comes down below. See, that one hides while the other one appears.